Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. So last week I talked about getting out because it's spring in Newburyport. Let's get out somewhere and be on location outside, but it is freezing today. So I'm glad Ryan and I are inside today, but we'll be out on location next week to talk to you a little bit about the Forever Green campaign that's coming up. So we're excited about that. But I'm very thankful to be in my nice warm office here today because that wind is whipping. Happy March Madness, everybody. March Madness starts today. If you're a fan of college basketball, all of you know I am a huge fan of basketball in general, so this is always a really fun time of year for me. Games start at 12 and they'll go all night for the next couple days. This is the most exciting weekend because there's so many games going on, so I hope you filled out your bracket. I've got UConn winning it all, so hopefully we'll see. They won it last year. Very hard to repeat, but I'm excited for March Madness. What else is going on? So tonight's kind of cool. I'm going to the Greater Newburyport Chamber of Commerce annual legislative dinner, all right? And so this is an opportunity. This is over at Blue Ocean. It starts at 5:30, but it's an opportunity for the community or the Greater Newburyport area to hear directly from some of its leaders, right? So I will be there. Mayor of Amesbury, Cassandra Gove, will be there. We'll have Town Manager of Salisbury, Neil Harrington, will be there, as well as Senator Tarr and Representative Shan. So it's a great opportunity. They're going to get to hear what's going on in all three communities, and it kind of starts the spring season here in Newburyport, and you'll get to hear all the good things going on in the area. So if you can make it over there, 5:30 tonight over at Blue Ocean, but we're looking forward to it. What else was going on? So this week we had our second meeting of the Port Rec at 59 Low Street project. That's in the Community Services Subcommittee of the City Council right now. They met on Monday night. That committee is chaired by Councilor Preston, but this was a committee of the whole, so I believe just about all councilors were present. And they had a pretty good discussion. They really focused this time, they focused on the site itself. So EGA Architects was there, our project manager Kim Turner was there, Diane Gagnon, engineer at DPS was there. So they talked a lot about the site, and then I don't think they got to a ton of the finances, but that was the other part they were going to do. Finance Director Ethan Manning was having some Zoom issues, so they decided to keep it in committee, so they will focus even more so on the finances next time. But again, we're really excited about this project. Again, this is my #1 priority, I believe, this year. It was last year too, so I think we're moving in the right direction, which is great. I do think that the financing piece will be the biggest one for city councilors, so we're trying to work on that more so on in the mayor's office right now and trying to line up additional funds outside of any kind of city allocation that would need to go to this project. And we've got a couple good things cooking right now in that respect. I'm not ready to announce anything yet, but we've got some good things happening. So I'll keep you posted, but the project is still moving in the right direction. I want to thank Andy Egmont and her team, the building group who has been working really hard. We keep making tweaks to it too to see how we can make it better and how we can possibly save some money, but still offer the still great programs that you expect from our Rec and Youth Services Department. So stay tuned, but that next meeting will be not this Monday coming up because that's a City Council meeting, but the following Monday, which I believe is April 1st. So happy April Fool's Day. We're going to have a community services meeting around Port Rec here in Newburyport, so stay tuned for that. Just some quick project updates. I don't have a ton to say here, but I will just say that all of the projects that we have currently going on in Newburyport are moving along. They're doing well. They're on budget. So first, I'll just say the bulkhead project. They just finished pouring some of the steel pilings that are going to go in there. Again, we were really lucky with our projects this winter because we didn't have a whole lot of snow. So, all of these construction crews have been able to be on site. So that's put us in a really great spot. So bulkhead's moving along really well. The Market Landing Park expansion is moving on really well. I'll say this again, National Grid has been a big partner here because that's been the one thing that we've been kind of waiting on is some of these electrical pieces in that project. So this week, they hopefully will, by the end of this week, finish up the inspections they need to do. And then they actually, I believe, will have, knock on wood, have some transformers for us. We need 3 of them. Hopefully National Grid's going to be able to come through, but if so, that's going to be really huge for Newburyport because these transformers are really sought after right now. So we're looking good. Thanks again to National Grid. We're really excited about that project. Fire station is moving along as well. I checked in with project manager Jordy Vining on this week. again, still moving on. They were a little bit behind, if you remember, because of some of when they started digging, some of the things they came across. So we were a little bit behind, but they've got a good plan in place to catch up. And like I said, we're still aiming for the fall to finish up that project, or very, very late summer. So stay tuned on that. But again, I'm really thrilled with how all 3 of these projects are progressing here in Newburyport. Another project that we're kind of looking at that hopefully will happen sometime this year. I was hoping it was going to happen before baseball season, but most likely it's going to be a little bit later in the year. But that's that Lower Atkinson project. And if you don't know what Lower Atkinson is, you have Atkinson Common and that piece below, which is really the Pioneer League field, but is also referred to as Lower Atkinson. So we're looking at that project. Again, this is going to increase some of the parking. The goal here is to take cars off of Merrimack Street. That's just a treacherous place to try to back out onto a pretty speedy street, even though we're trying to slow the traffic down there. So this would put a sidewalk there, for one, connecting like Moulton Street and Plummer Ave. But then we'd also have a drive-in parking with about 39 spaces, I believe, with a sidewalk that goes all the way down, and then some parking behind Founders Field as well. So we're in a good spot there. The Pioneer League has been a great partner to work with, and all the other city departments that have had to weigh in on this. Now we're getting to the piece where we're going to put some plans together with some actual costs. And like I said, we've identified some ARPA funds for that, as well as some CPC funds, which originally we were told we couldn't use for this. But then after another review by the CPA, they gave us the go-ahead. So we're actually filing again with the CPA because they're already in their process, but it's a past application. So we're excited about that. I think with these 2 pieces of funding that we're going to be able to get this really important safety project done on Merrimack Street this year. So we're excited about that, right? We love starting projects, but it's even better to finish them. So these are the things that we're trying to target. We're trying to target projects that will have a big impact, but then also that can be completed as quick as time as possible, right? Quality projects. So we're excited about that. What else is going on in the city? We've got parklets coming up. If you're waiting for, we wouldn't be eating outdoors today, but soon enough, parklets will be in by the end of April. So DPS is getting that ready. All the applications for parklets are in. Now it's just getting all that equipment and pieces available and making sure that they're ready to go for the spring season. But that'll happen by the end of April. That's what they're targeting to put those parklets in. I mentioned this last time, our streets and sidewalks plan, we're getting ready to start that work for this year. We've got the same contractor that we had last year. We've got a really ambitious plan around our streets and sidewalks this year. So if you haven't checked it out recently, that's available online. This is that 5-year rolling streets and sidewalk plan. But we're really excited to get that work going. The one thing I will mention again, we're not going to be able to do State Street like we thought we would at the beginning of this year because National Grid is coming back to do even more work on the gas line there from Prince Place going up towards High Street. So we're going to have to hold off on the final paving of that street until that work's done. We are going to be able to do Middle Street, but hopefully after the parklet season is over and in the late fall, we might be able to get that paving done, but we'll see. But that's the plan. So we're gonna have some great streets done this year. Noble Street, and if we can get State Street done, again, with a combination with all these other projects going on in town, we're gonna have a great list of streets that we're gonna complete this year. I got to go see Legally Blonde at the high school on Saturday night with my son Oliver, and my daughter was there with some friends as well. What a great show. Oh my goodness, it was a lot of fun. I used to be in the musicals when I was a kid at NHS, so it brought back a lot of memories for me. But just a super cast. So they actually have 3 more shows left, Thursday night, Friday night, and then Saturday afternoon. So if you're looking for something to do, go check out Legally Blonde at the high school. Again, really great show. And I'm going to end on a couple book notes, okay? So one, the Bresnahan Mullen kicked off their readathon. I was happy to be in a promotional video for them, but this is a fundraiser for the PTO. It gets everybody reading in from grades, K all the way up to grades 3. The PTO does such a wonderful job. This whole readathon ends with a great parade that you get to dress up as your favorite book character. I've been doing it the last couple of years, so I'm excited to be a part of that at the end of this readathon. But if you want to donate, you want to support a child, check out the Newburyport PTO website, and they can get you involved there. But this is a great fundraiser for the PTO and all they do for our schools here in Newburyport. And then finally, the Friends of the Newburyport Public Library are having their great old book sale. It's starting today, Thursday, and it will go on today, Friday, and Saturday up at the library. It's in their function room in the back, their big activity room. But friends of NPL do a lot for our library, help promote the programming, help bring things into the library that otherwise would fall outside the budget. And they're just a really dedicated group of volunteers. And they do this big book sale twice a year. So if you're up there, you want to pick out some new books, get up there to the library. The sale goes to Saturday. And that's our Mayor's Corner this week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay bundled up. I will be traveling with my daughter for soccer this weekend, and it's going to be cold. So hopefully I can dress warm, and we'll be out in Western New York. But enjoy it, stay warm, and I will see you all next time on the Mayor's Corner.